it's red. That means we're on. It's live.
And it's counting.
And it's counting. Okay, it's the Freeform Foil Stencils and Glue. Take Lucky 7. Action.
A while ago, we filmed a video, and we don't know when this one is going to go, so it's just a while ago, about using glue freeform with foil on the back of the foil to create all kinds of wonderful shapes.
So basically drawing with the glue.
There you go. I'm glad one of us knows what we did.
Yes.
And today what we decided to give a try to was using this same glue, but scraping it through a stencil. And it really did work. You're going to see in the video, you're going to see Elizabeth's. She used one of her Klimt Freeform Stencil and Mask tab cut combos. So this is this is the stencil when we've clipped the tabs and taken the masks out, and she'll show you that in the video. And I used her leaves. This is Klimt leaves from one of the, very dirty. In fact, it's pretty on the back. From one of your early releases. I don't remember which of the Klimt ones this was, if it was the first or the second. And what I did, and you can see the holes right now because that's where I've taken the pieces off. But for example, right here where my fingers are, that's glue. And when you peel this off, so I'm going to grab one and grab an edge and peel it off so you can see. So you peel it off and you get this piece. So let's see if we can get that to focus.
It won't unless you put it in front of your face.
Anyway.
Because it's focusing on your face.
Oh, whatever. But here's the thing. When you use a stencil like this and you put stuff through the stencil, whether it's gel medium or it's stencil butter or it's some kind of molding paste, you have to leave the pieces where in the way that the stencil is arranged. When you do what I did, now you have triangles.
Glittery triangles.
Glittery, holographic, shimmery triangles that you can arrange however you want. And it'll be the same with the pieces that Elizabeth shows you. I'm sorry that these are blurry. That she shows you when she takes the Klimt Freeform stencil and removes the glue from the foil. The nice thing is you have the flexibility. Now you've already got stencils. You've got this Klimt leaves stencil or the Freeform mask stencils. Now you spread glue through it onto the back of the foil. You let it dry, and you have all of these amazing pieces that can become embellishments in whatever way that you want.
Yeah, so the difference is that I did this big, long, 12-inch shape that was intricate and kind of tricky, and then Barb focused on some stencils that had individual shapes. So she also did polka dots from the Dorothy collection, and she also did some squares from the Klimt collection. So in those stencils, there's individual pieces that are small that you can tear out and make multiple individual pieces. So I tried the super complicated way, which was required a little more finessing, and I think that I could have applied the glue a little thicker. But Barb's individual pieces way is pretty cool because you get these circles, triangles, squares, dots, whatever shape that are loose now, and you can put them down wherever you want them in any kind of an arrangement. So it's two different ways to use the stencil and the same products.
Well, and you've got the stencils, or you'll buy the stencils if you love the stencils, and why not take advantage of other opportunities to use those patterns that are so appealing?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I love it.
All right,
so let's go show them how to do it.
All right.
So I was really excited to spread this Tacky Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue through a stencil to create a patterned shape of the DecoFoil. So I have this whole line of Klimt Freeform masks that are tab cut stencils. So basically when you get them, you have to cut out the shape, the Freeform mask, with the little scissors. And you just cut the tabs. So there's these little tabs that are potentially difficult to see. And you just cut the tabs like a paper dolls. Remember paper dolls, Barb?
Absolutely.
So you're cutting these little tabs so that you perforate out of the plastic a mask that you can use on the gel plate as an individual separate shape. I'm not going to make you watch me cut this whole thing out. But you get a 2-for-1 with these, because you get the negative space that you cut it out of, and you get the positive shape that you cut out. So the positive shape is great on the gel plate, as is the negative shape. But what we're going to use today for the spreading the glue onto the DecoFoil is the negative shape. So I am going to make you watch me cut it all out.
I try to make certain that we put as few tabs in as possible. It has to be enough to kind of hold them in place, but not so much that you want to punch kittens when you're doing in the process of doing it.
Yeah, there's not too many of them.
No, like I said, it's just kind of enough to hold them in.
Like, and you can feel them, and you just take a little tiny pair of scissors, and you just go in there and snip them, and they're just like a bridge from the shape to the background. So, and then basically, oh, we always love the way the spirals tangle with each other. And I can't see. Okay, so basically, then you're gonna pull this out, this shape out, and it's gonna come completely out and be an individual shape like this that you can put on the gel plate and arrange it and use it how you want it. But also now you have a stencil, which is the negative shape of this on a full, and there's a second one on here, on a full 12-inch sheet of Mylar. So here's what it looks like when you take the pieces out. So you've got those freeform pieces to use for other things, but this is my 12-inch Klimt spiral that I thought would be fantastic to spread the glue through it onto the DecoFoil and get a element that looks just like this. So you can freeform draw with the DecoFoil glue, or with the Aleene's Tacky Glue on the DecoFoil. You can freeform draw, but you can also take advantage of stencils. So here is the DecoFoil. This is the these are the 6x12 sheets that come in the tube, and you're gonna flip it over to the back side, line up your stencil, and it fits the 12 inches. I'm just gonna put it in the middle here. Let's do it sideways so we can keep it in the camera. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna put this glue right out on the nonstick craft mat here, because I'm gonna be applying it with a palette knife. So you put a decent size amount of it. You also wanna have a basin of water ready, or you're gonna take this directly to the sink, because you're gonna wanna rinse the glue off of it once you lift it up, because it's a little bit messy, but worth it. So we're gonna take the glue on the palette knife, and this glue has got some good body to it. It's thin, but it's got good, I don't know what you call it, viscosity. It holds itself together, you know, so it's thick, but it's going through and the stencil and sort of staying together. So it's kind of easy to spread. So you want to spread it relatively thin. I don't know, Barb likes to spread everything really thick, so you could do that too.
It's really a matter of preference, and the thing to keep in mind is the heavier the application of glue, the longer it's going to take to dry. And we said this in the first video that we filmed about doing glue freeform with stencils. You need to, or at least it's my suggestion, that you get this done at some point during the day, put it to one side, and don't come back to it till the next day. That way you're not standing there with a timer running, waiting for this darn thing to dry, and you just get up the next morning and you can do the big reveal.
Yeah, I just do them and let them dry overnight, and then you're good. Okay, so a nice kind of, you know, make sure you don't have any openings or bubbles, and try to get it smooth on the surface like that. So spread it with that, and then carefully lifting the stencil, just slowly, carefully. That's important. Don't be pulling it off real fast. And then check that out. There's the shape of that Klimt Freeform mask perfectly in the glue. We're gonna let it sit overnight, and then paper towel,
even a little bit of water if you would like some water.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's always what's nice about this craft mat surface, but I don't want to, I'd pull across my samples across the glue. So let's clean that up. Okay. So here is the big reveal. I did these last night and let them dry. So this one Let's see what happens. And I would say with these spirals, you probably have to be a little careful when pulling them off because they're pretty delicate. Oops, I lost that one.
Something I think to keep in mind is there is a difference between a too thick application and one that's too thin. You want to find a happy medium that's going to give you a piece that's reasonably sturdy. So the thinner you go, the more delicate that's liable to be.
I lost that one, Barb.
It's all right. I mean, you can use part of it.
Well, I can also glue it back together.
Yes.
When I put it in my project, even if it's like collage paper, even if you have to do it in 3 different pieces, no one's the wiser once you glue it together. So this is more intricate than the...
Yeah, the ones that you saw me show you in the beginning were much smaller pieces. And so there are less curves and less places for this to get a little bit weaker and break.
Yeah.
But
so you just have to, I wouldn't go too intricate on the stencil pattern. I've got another one that I can show you that doesn't involve all these spirals. I was just so excited about the Klimt spirals and the glittery foil. Okay, so here's the rest of it. That came off pretty well. So I'll do that.
So pretty.
And then we just, you know, you could just piece it together. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look at the thing on how this went. But
well, the other thing too is I mean, this would be pretty,
this is a nice piece by itself. Yep, and so is this, and so is the other one. So yeah, so you can put it back together, and you can, if you're frustrated with the spiral, I've got another one that's well, this one will be even more frustrating. Let's look at this one. Why not? This one's also spirally. I think you just have to be super careful about how you peel them off.
I think that's a big part of it, yeah.
You can't be a bull in a china shop.
Oh, that leaves me out.
So, and maybe I needed to apply it thicker.
So pretty.
Okay, so that has a break, but before that, we were doing pretty good. Let's see, where's this go? Like that.
Yeah, you can see the color change on there. So this is what DecoFoil describes as a watercolor. So the color change is not nearly as dramatic as that first one that you did.
Yeah, it's kind of a cloudy, like the clouds change from gold to bronze to silver. It's like a soft blend. So I think when you go around the spirals, if you just lift it, instead of pulling from the outer edge, that might be a little bit more successful. There we go. Okay, so that's in 2 pieces, which isn't too bad, considering you're going to glue it back down together or glue it down in your project. So it goes like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those big pieces are so amazing.
Yeah, they really are pretty cool. So that's that. And I think you could, let's pull this more into the camera. So yep, so you can glue it together. You can use half of it, etc. And then, so I've got, if that's going to be frustrating for you, here's another one of the Freeform masks from that Klimt collection that is not quite so intricate. And there are several others in that collection as well. This is no spirals, less intricate shape. There we go. Yep. Okay, so we got that, most of it right there, and then the last bit of it here. Put that at the top.
There you go.
So that's beautiful. I love that. So that's, so I went a little bit, I pushed the boundaries of putting the glue through the stencil in terms of intricate shapes. And Barb has got some shapes that are a little bit easier to manage and just as fun and effective. So whether you decide to go the more complicated hard way or the simpler easy way, take the hard road or the easy road, either way you're getting great results.
Yeah, foil. You know, I mean, we love shiny things, and when you add things like pattern, like this is one of the newer DecoFoils. I don't know if it goes horizontally or vertically, but you can see the rainbow on there.
The holographic.
Yeah, it's that holographic effect. And when you work with long pieces, you can really take advantage of color changes and that holographic effect. And it works just as well on the small ones too. So give it a try. Play a little bit and get some foiling done.
Yeah, see what you can come up with.
That's right.
Always an adventure.
And then some.
All right, then. We'll see you back here next week.
Bye.